I think a lot of our guys, to be honest, they may not admit this or not. You know, you win game one of the playoffs, and all everybody talked about was the Lakers. Let's be honest. That was a national narrative was, hey, the Lakers are fine. They're down 1-0, but they figured something out. The narrative wasn't about the Nuggets. The narrative wasn't about Nikola. The narrative was about the Lakers and their adjustments. So, you know, you put that in your pipe, you smoke it, and you come back, and you know what? We're going to go up 2-0.
Now that the Nuggets have gone up 2-0, the media will definitely talk about them. Right? Right?
Most to blame for the Lakers' loss.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
There were a lot of questionable decisions by Darvin Ham that we will get into this show. When you look at D'Angelo Russell, his performance over these last two games has not been good at all, only shooting 12.5% from the three-point line, very much lost in the sauce of this battle with Bruce Brown, and as a defensive liability on the court, he needs to be a lot better. But if you're going to ask me who do I put the most blame on, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And the crown on this team is not LeBron James. It is Anthony Davis. And I say this, in game one, he goes for 40 points. But I'm not just talking about the points or the 10 rebounds. I'm talking about the level of aggression that he played with. He was aggressive. He attacked. He took the shots that were given to him. He took 23 shots in game one. For him to be 4-15 in game two, but on top of that, how is Jokic beating him down the floor? You know, how are there areas in which when you need him to be the guy, when Laker fans are counting on AD to be aggressive, not only offensively, but defensively, how does he not show up in that game? I sometimes find myself asking, who is older, Anthony Davis or LeBron James? And Anthony Davis is 30 years old. How am I asking myself that question? When you get to these critical moments, and that's why I said I thought this was a must-win scenario for the Lakers. Now, look, the Lakers can go back and potentially win 2 games at home. I know they're undefeated at home.
That's another thing I keep hearing. The Lakers are fine. They're undefeated at home. Well, you know who else is undefeated at home? The Denver Nuggets. And they just so happen to have home court advantage in this series, and they just won 2 games in a row.
Yeah, I think it's the 4 of 15 that's the hard to swallow. First off, I think he's got to take more than 15 shots.
Yes.
Secondly, I don't think he had to go 12 of 15. But if you watch this game, there was a stretch in the first half in the second quarter where the Lakers went on a drought. I think they went 8-9 shots in a row without making a basket, and they lost the lead that they built when Jokic was on the bench. And that's where you need Anthony Davis to make an offensive play or two. That was a winning defensive performance. You hold the Nuggets on their home floor to 108 points, you need to win that. But AD did not give a winning offensive performance. And this is why I'm going to bring up D'Angelo Russell. Austin Reeves with another excellent game. But they really, again, the Lakers, 108, they give up. They only put up 103. And a big factor in that was the 4 of 15 from Anthony Davis, but also because D'Angelo Russell, only 10 points. They are undefeated this postseason when he gets to 17. And if he had gotten to 17 in this game, they would have won it.
We all know they played terrible, but what do they have to say about LeBron's missed dunk, his 2 missed layups, his back-to-back missed three-pointers late in the game, and a horrible turnover, while also shooting 0 of 6 from three-point range?
LeBron now, foot injury on the right foot, left ankle injured. We're seeing how he struggles shooting the ball from the three-point line. It's like one of 25, some stat like that, that is out there. I just wonder if the firepower is enough for the Lakers to close out the still winning 4 out of 5 games. This is going to be really too tough for them. Should LeBron not settle for threes at the end of the game when his legs are tired? Sure, you can make a case for that in game one. In that critical possession against Jamal Murray, who had 5 fouls. You don't settle for a 3. You attack him. You drive him. You put him in the bucket. But we are talking about LeBron James, who is 38 years old, who has a right foot injury that he should have had surgery on, chose not to, and then who also rolled his left ankle in the game. But still, LeBron knows that. The reality is the only way to get out of a slump is to shoot yourself out of it. I don't know who in the world would ask LeBron to stop shooting the ball. You want him to take shots within rhythm. This is muscle memory. This is one of the greatest players, if not the greatest, to ever play the game. There's a difference between stop shooting and settling for threes. 2 different things. If he's open, catching the ball in rhythm throughout the course of the game, that isn't down the stretch, yeah, find your rhythm, take that shot. A lot of that has to do with the defensive personnel that is guarding him too, because the reality is when Jared Vanderbilt is in the game, Denver can shrink the court. And LeBron's playing at a disadvantage. And when you have him out of the game, and you have a small lineup in, then you have mismatches on the offensive end as well. So, look, LeBron is smart enough to figure it out. Should he stop shooting the ball? Hell no. I would never ask that of the greatest player to ever play the game.
I would.
Come on,
Jay Will. I absolutely would.
Yes, he had a few moments where he looked dead-legged on offense. Yes, he had some three-pointers that he shot into contested situations in the fourth quarter. He has not been shooting the ball well in the fourth quarter in the postseason, and I think a large part of it is because his legs go a little bit because of the effort level he gives on the defensive end. LeBron gave a winning performance, and if he had gotten a teammate to give him 4 baskets, probably 2 in the second quarter and 2 in the fourth, AD or D'Angelo Russell, I think we're talking 1-1 today. So I don't think that this gap is enormous. But the Nuggets, Jay, the Nuggets were the number 1 offense of a home team in the regular season. They were the number 1 clutch team. And when they played clutch basketball on their home court, they were just about untouchable during the regular season. And I know the regular season and the postseason are 2 totally different things, and that you're not expecting the same over, one compared to the other. And you're obviously not getting this kind of performance from Jamal Murray all of the time. But the Nuggets were very, very comfortable in that situation because they built habits to do it, and the Lakers needed somebody to step up and help LeBron, and they couldn't get it.
D'Lo, when he's on the floor in this series, is when the Lakers are minus 32.8. When he's off the floor, they are plus 37.9.
My man's breaking a sweat over here. Yes, we know he took a bad shot, but he's so tired because he gives so much effort on defense, and he has no help, and he's hurt. He has so many excuses flying to his head at the same time that he just doesn't know what to say next. So Anthony Davis takes too many jump shots and misses most of them. And you say, AD, be aggressive. Quit being soft. Quit settling for jump shots and attack the paint. But LeBron does the exact same thing, and you say, he's the greatest player of all time. I'm not going to tell him to stop shooting. I don't care if he's 1 for 20. Just keep shooting, LeBron. Do what you want to do. You know what? To get through a slump, you got to keep shooting. Shoot or shoot, am I right? Just keep chucking him, Bron. He needs surgery on 1 foot. He just rolled the other. He's hurt. He's tired. He's like 47 years old. But he's still the greatest, though, and he's the best player right now, and I don't care if he's 50, he just doesn't age. He ages like fine wine, he never gets old. Honestly, Denver just got lucky. LeBron figured them out in Game 1, and then in Game 2, AD didn't show up, D'Angelo Russell didn't show up, his coach is stupid, his team sucks, LeBron's hurt and tired, and the refs are horrible. They basically want the Nuggets to win. So yeah, they got lucky. Unbelievable.